Hey guys, I have to be honest, I'm a little bit confused. With the recent release of Hellblade 2, I've started to see a lot of Game Pass slander online, a lot of Game Pass hatred, and I don't really understand any of it. And I don't know if it's just a bunch of young kids, so they don't really remember how expensive renting video games used to be. Because don't get it twisted, that's what Game Pass is. That's what I've always seen Game Pass is that you're renting a game. But back in my day, I know I sound like a boomer, we had something called Blockbuster. And that Blockbuster, that's where you would go to rent a video game. So if you wanted to play a game, but you didn't want to cough up $60 for every new release, then you would go to Blockbuster. And it was about $7 to $10 to rent a game for a week. And then every day past that week, you started paying late fees, which was like a dollar or two a day, right? $7 to $10 a week for one game. All right. Compared to Game Pass, which is $10 or $15 for a month, and you get access to well over 100 games, right? Okay. Pretty bad deal. Then Blockbuster started offering a monthly subscription model, and this was about $20 to $25, and it lets you take out a game for as long as you wanted. Some of the deals, I think there was even a more expensive deal, if I remember right, approaching $30 that would allow you rent two games at a time. You could also get a cheaper one, a cheaper subscription if you just wanted movies. But, we're talking about games here. So it was like $25 and you could rent one game, but you could have it out as long as you wanted. No late fees. You just had to pay that $20 to $25 subscription model. Once again, significantly worse than Game Pass, right? $15, $15 for hundreds of games, right? Way better. Then you have Gamefly. Gamefly came along and they're like, hey, we're going to be subscription based and you can, no late fees or anything, but it's going to be a monthly system. You would go online and say, hey, I really want this game. And this was about $16, $17 a month, and they would ship you one game at a time. Then they had more expensive models that you could get, which was like $25 a month that would let you rent two or three games at a time. And they would ship it to you. So you would have to wait for the game to fucking come in the mail, like old Netflix, which not a lot of people remember. But you would have to wait for the game to get to you in the mail. Obviously, this model, once again, way worse than Game Pass. Then you have Redbox, which for a long time was actually the most cost effective way of doing things. It's gotten significantly more expensive since, but this was about $3 every single day that you would rent a game. And this was actually a pretty good deal. And a lot of Red boxes don't even offer games anymore, but I'm pretty sure you could still find them every now and then. Depends where you live, but this is actually a pretty good deal. Back when I was super duper poor, this is how I played Uncharted 4. I remember I had like $6 that I could spend on the game, and I was like, okay, I can get it at Redbox on the weekend, and as long as I beat it in like 1 day or 2 days, I can play all of Uncharted 4 for like $3 or $6. And that's exactly what I did. I literally stayed up for 24 hours straight just playing Uncharted 4, returned it, and it ended up costing me like $6. So, if you're looking at Game Pass, it is easily the best model we've ever had for renting games. I mean, you get to just download the game, right? Which is obviously way faster than something like Gamefly where you order it and you got to wait several days. You don't have to go anywhere like Blockbuster or Redbox, right? And you can just download them, play them, try them out, and just swap them out. You can play multiple games at the same time, as many as you want to download at the same time. So I gotta be real, man. I don't understand this Game Pass hate. If you're somebody that wants to own your games, cool, brother. No one's stopping you from that. Just like nobody was raging. Like back in the day, nobody was raging at Blockbuster because Blockbuster existed and allowed people to rent games, right? Nobody was raging at them because you could still buy games. If you preferred to own your game, you could absolutely still buy games. And it's the exact same thing with Game Pass. If you want to own your games, you can still buy your games. However, for a lot of these games coming out, Game Pass just offers the best deal possible. I mean, I really, really love a lot of the games that have came out this year that have been day one Game Pass, right? Persona 3 Reload is currently shaping out to be my game of the year. I really love that game. That's $70 if you're going to buy that, man. And I'm a huge Persona fan. I have hundreds, probably 500 or 600 hours in the series, but I, after I played Persona 3 Reload, I was done with it. I 100% the game. I did all the requests. I maxed all the relationships. I did everything, right? And I just got to play that entire game for $15 in a month, And actually, I'm pretty sure it's $10 because whenever I'm charged, it's like $10.86. So I'm pretty sure it's actually $10 a month. But another thing that I see regarding Game Pass, like hatred, is people say that, like a lot of subscription models, they prey upon the user to forget about it. And I have to be honest, I've never understood this. If you have subscriptions that are ongoing that you're paying for and you don't know about them, you just suck ass at managing your money. Like, I'm going to just keep it real with you, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. You need to get on your money, brother, because for example, the moment any dollar amount, as low as $1, the moment any dollar amount comes out of my checking account, any of my accounts, I am instantly sent a notification on my phone. And I check all of them, obviously. And I make sure that every single thing that's coming out of my account is something I want coming out of my account. That's called being a responsible adult. That's called keeping track of your finances. So I don't understand this. Oh, yeah, man. Game Pass is awful because they prey upon you. Listen, if you have $10 or $15 coming out of your account every month and you don't realize, or you're not like going out of your way to unsubscribe to it, that means you're probably doing pretty well financially to not care about $10 or $15 a month. And that's entirely on you. No one else. It's not Microsoft's fault that you suck dick at managing your money, right? That's ridiculous. And I can guarantee you, you would be on top of that subscription if it was $500 a month or $1,000 a month, right? Then you would be on that subscription really fast to cancel it. So just because you're bad at managing your money and, you don't pay attention to your finances, so $10 or $15 to you is like not a big deal. That's not a Microsoft problem, and it's not a Game Pass problem. And it's very, very easy. I've done it a ton in the past to get 1 month of Game Pass, go to your Microsoft account, and turn off auto renew. You can do that entire process from signing up to Game Pass to canceling auto renew within 2 minutes, very easily. Maybe the longest 3 or 4 minutes. It's super easy, man. So I just don't understand any of these arguments against Game Pass. I would love to hear you guys' argument against it, but there is no way, shape, or form that there is any deal in the history of gaming that is better than Game Pass. Game Pass is easily, and it has been for years, the best deal in video game history. Nothing compares to it. And it's honestly a good deal, even if you pay, like assuming you're paying, playing the new day one releases, it's still a good deal, even if you're paying 12 months a year. But it's very easy to not do that, and just pay for 1 month whenever you need a game. So I don't know. I've been getting called an X-bot recently or something like that, which you're just a fucking idiot, man. Literally the only console I own is a PlayStation 5. Okay. I as you can see from my reviews on the channel, I have played every single PS5 exclusive. I have repeatedly said it's the only console that you should own on top of, you should just own a PS5 and a PC. So, I mean, anybody that's saying that is just a fucking idiot, man. Like, some of my favorite games of all time are PlayStation exclusives, like Bloodborne. So it's just absolutely idiotic, and people have no idea what they're talking about, you know? If PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus was nearly as good of a deal as Game Pass, then I would be touting that as well, but it's just not. It's entirely inferior. So, anyway, that's going to do it for me. Game Pass is great. I don't understand the hate, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Why do you hate Game Pass? What is it about it that you're not a fan of? I'd love to know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see all of you in the next video or stream. Bye bye.